Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 450th Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I put onto YouTube. I know a lot of you are on lockdown at the moment due to these very difficult times, and a lot of you have said that you're pretty bored at home at the moment. So I thought I'd put another midweek bonus battle on, a Thursday bonus battle for you to watch, which I hope will help the day go by a bit quicker for you. It's a great battle. It's a very rare battle because it's a clan versus clan 31k battle. Very rare these days to have a clan versus clan battle. So I hope you find it interesting. As I say, I hope it helps to get you through your day if you've been a bit bored due to the lockdown in these difficult times. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member Demon. Now, Demon's bought the Greek cities faction, and Demon's got 14 Spartans and 6 Cretan archers. Okay, 14 Spartans, 6 Cretan archers. Just draw your attention to his formation. See how he split his Spartans into kind of like 3 separate armies there. And it'll be interesting to see how well he uses those during the course of the battle in coordination with his 6 long-range Cretan archers. Should be interesting to see. Okay, our next teammate is Brotherhood member Legion 22. Now, Legion's got 10 infantry, 3 archers and 6 cavalry. Okay, 10 infantry, 3 archers and 6 cavalry. Now, 10 infantry, a bit low maybe for the modern day battlefield. Let's have a look at the upgrades on his infantry. Okay, can you see the first 2 lines of his battle formation are just gold shield, gold attack, but his third line, the third line of his battle formation are 7 upgrades and 8 upgrades there on his third line of his battle formation there. So that's pretty good upgrades on the rear line. So of course his forward units would take the enemy pilots, make first contact with the enemy, and then the enemy have to fight through those units then to fight his better upgraded troops in that third line of his battle formation. So that's staggered upgrades there in that battle formation, quite interesting. Let's say he's got 3 archers and 6 cavalry. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got 7 upgrades, so he's got an experienced stripe, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry. Okay, so that's a pretty balanced army, but 10 infantry, is that enough for the modern day battlefield? We just have to wait and see. Okay, and our third teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, who's got his usual very, very old army of 12 infantry and 6 cavalry. So there's our team there. Should be an interesting battle for you to watch, clan versus clan. And here is the other team. We have RV Earth. Now, Earth is the leader of the RV clan. And it was nice to see, I think I counted 7 of the RV clan on RTW the other night. It's nice to see them, RV clan on RTW. Now, he's got 5 archers, 8 infantry, and 6 cavalry. Okay, 5 archers, 6 cavalry, and 8 infantry there. And look, he's up against the Greek cities army. He's up against Demon's army there. So that's an unusual army to face Greek cities there, I think. Let's have a look at the upgrades on his cavalry. Now, he usually brings serious cavalry, and oh my gosh, he has fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry. 9 upgrades, 3 experienced stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Now, as we said before in other battle videos, these cavalry are great with just gold shield, gold attack. You fully upgrade them, and that kind of makes them super cavalry. Okay, I think they got something like a 28 defense. So make no mistake, this is very serious cavalry, and you could be looking at battle-winning troops here. Okay, Earth always brings serious cavalry, and he works really well in coordination with his archers with that cavalry, but only 8 infantry. It'll be interesting to see how well that army does, especially as he's facing our Greek cities ally. There, so it'll be interesting to see. Their second teammate is RV Pride. Now, RV Pride has got 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. Now, remember, that's the bog standard 31k Roman army, 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. And the reason it's a bog standard one is because it's so effective, so efficient, and that's why people like it, because it's such a good combination of infantry and cavalry. So it'll be interesting to see how well he does there. And their third teammate is RV Heartless. Now, Heartless has got 10 infantry, 6 cavalry, and 4 archers. Okay, 10 infantry, 6 cavalry, and 4 archers there. Okay, have a quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry. Oh, he has got serious cavalry as well. 8 upgrades, 2 experienced stripes, gold shield, gold attack. So that is extremely really good cavalry there. And there's his 4 archers at the back. Okay, so there's the RV clan. Really good players both in CWB and 31k. And so, of course, it's the Brotherhood versus RV clan here. It should be a great battle for you to watch. And as I say, they're good at both CWB and 31. Okay, at this very early stage of the battle, we're going into the Archer War phase of the battle at the moment. Now remember, Earth has got 5 archers, and our Greek city ally had 6 Cretan archers there. So straight away, Earth's archers are outnumbered. Right, just pause the game for a second. You can see here Legion's brought his cavalry over to defend our Greek city's allies' archers against any cavalry attack from the SBQR cavalry. Okay, so that's a nice bit of teamwork there by Legion, bringing his cavalry over there to cover our Greek city allies' archers there. As I say, probably Earth was already looking at the Cretan archers over here with a mind to attack with his cavalry, but now he's seen Legion's cavalry over there, he won't probably do that now. So as I say, Earth's 5 archers are now outnumbered by the 6 Cretan archers, and I believe Legion's 3 archers could be brought over as well, and then Earth's archers will really be outnumbered there over on our right flank. Okay. But as I say, I think Earth was probably looking to charge his cavalry in over the other side there to take out the Cretan archers, bearing in mind that the Greek cities have no really good cavalry. As you can see there, Legion's bought his... let's pause the game for a second. Legion's bought his 3 archers over there to help now. So a combination of archers there with Greek cities and Legion there. We've got 9 archers there against Earth's 5. Okay, so... my guess is that the archer battle will be ours over here on the right flank, as we do outnumber him with archers. Okay, there's a general overview of the battle at the moment. Neither myself or Legion's infantry have been engaged with the enemy Julii armies as yet. And as I say, this is kind of like phase 1 of the battle of the archer wars here. But as I say, we've got, I think it's 9 archers on this flank now. So, Earth archers will be outnumbered. And you can see they're taking a heck of a lot of casualties now from the 9 archers that we've got on that flank. Of course, as I say, if Legion hadn't taken his cavalry over there to cover the archers on our right flank, then I'm pretty sure Earth would have charged into those archers with his cavalry to take them out, knowing that Greek cities have got no cavalry, and it would be difficult for them to defend the archers there without Legion's cavalry. So, as I say, that's a good bit of teamwork there by Legion. So as I say, you can see here how Demon split his army up, his Spartans up into 3 separate armies. And as I say, it should be interesting to see how well he uses them during the course of the battle. Unusual way to use Greek cities, I think, but maybe this is the modern way of doing it. And the way I use Greek cities is maybe a bit old-fashioned, but we'll just have to see as the battle unfolds here. As I say, over on this flank, as you can see, it's just the archer battle going on at the moment, and as I say, it's 5 archers of Earth against our 9 archers there, so I wouldn't think that the archer battle will go on that long at this stage over on this flank. Over on the left flank here, on my flank where my army is, you can see that the enemy Julii army is now moving around on the left, maybe with a view to do a left flanking action on my army. That may well be the case. But I say, over here on the right flank looks like where maybe the action might kick off. But as I say, Earth's only got 8 infantry against 14 Spartans there. Let's just pause the game for a second. So as you can see, the Cretan archers are really targeting the enemy archers there, and of course you've got Legion's archers there as well. So as I say, there's 9 archers there, and most of Earth's archers now have been taken out. Okay, I think he's got 1 unit at the back there that he's held back in reserve, but most of his archers have been taken out now. So it may well go into the infantry versus infantry mode here on this flank. But as I say, as you can see here, Earth's only got 8 infantry against 14 Spartans. So my guess is he will not want to get into a tussle with those Spartans if he can help it. So it'll be interesting to see how Earth manages on this right flank, bearing in mind that he's up against Spartans. Right, here's a nice move by the enemy Julii cavalry there, going to come in to try and hit the archers there, and bang, he smashes into that Cretan archer. But my guess is Legion's cavalry, yeah, there you go, Legion's bringing his cavalry in to support his allies' archers there, and of course the enemy cavalry are now pulling back. But meanwhile here you can see Earth using his cavalry very well. Do you notice how he's got his cavalry in normal formation, not wedge formation? Remember, in normal formation your cavalry moves faster, and that's what he wants. He wants speed. He wants to get in, do the damage and get out before Legion get his cavalry over there. Okay, meanwhile over here on the left flank, as I say, you can see the enemy Julii has moved round further to our left flank, and if you've noticed here, I've realigned my army to face a threat of that. Okay, now you can see my my cavalry. Pause again for a second. Can you see my cavalry are in the darker area of this map? Now the darker area means it's long grass. So if you look at the right in here, can you see my cavalry are hiding? Okay, see all my cavalry units are hiding in the long grass. Now the enemy, I'm hoping that the enemy have forgotten where they've seen my cavalry settle. So they might not know that my cavalry there. So if they bring an attack around the left flank, all of a sudden from the long grass I could launch an ambush attack with my cavalry. That's what I'd be hoping for over there. But meanwhile over on our right flank, let's say the archer battle here I think has been well and truly won by our team here. There's a few of the enemy archers left there, but as I say, they were greatly outnumbered by our archers. And I'm just wondering if it's going to be an infantry versus infantry phase of the battle here on the right flank. But as I say, Earth's only got 8 infantry and there are 14 Spartans there, plus you've got Legion's cavalry over there as well. So I'm not sure what's going to happen there on that right flank of ours. Okay, you can see RV Heartless now is moving his Julii army towards my army. Now whether he's going to attack or whether he's just repositioning an army, we just have to wait and see. Okay, can you see Earth bringing his cavalry over here as well? Okay, Earth's starting to move his cavalry over to this flank as well. And if you can see, the fire arrows are going in onto my infantry. Now remember, fire arrows don't do as much damage as normal arrows, but they do bring a fear factor, lowering the morale of your troops. There you go, those fire arrows hitting my troops, and that would be lowering the morale of my troops. You usually use fire arrows though to shoot into the back of engaged enemy troops there, because of course if you can lower their morale, they're more susceptible to routing whilst in battle. Okay, so you can see it looks to me like the Julii, 2 Julii players there are in a position to attack. If you notice here, just like to draw your attention to their cavalry, numbers 6 there. 5 there, so that's 11, and another 6 there. Okay, so they've got 17 cavalry units on our flank. Okay, 17 cavalry units against our 12. Okay, so we've got 12 units, cavalry units, against their 17 on this flank. Okay, so if they attack us with infantry and cavalry, we could be smashed there with just sheer weight of cavalry numbers. Meanwhile, over here on the right flank, you can see that Demon has got 2 parts of his armies there. 2 of his armies there that he's broken up there to face Earth's 8 infantry. And meanwhile he's moved another force over towards us over there. He's moved some of his spearmen over there because he's seen the danger of the enemy cavalry numbers. So he sent his spearmen over there to help us. You can see here there's a lot of pilot exchange. You can see that massive load of fire arrows going into my infantry. So as I'm on the left flank here, it wouldn't surprise me if they try to attack me on this left flank, as I'm furthest away from the Greek city's ally. Okay, so this is where they'd like to, this is where the hammer could strike the hardest, if you like, with all that cavalry going to charge in onto my infantry. Okay, Legion and myself will be both ready for that. Okay, now over on the right flank here, can you see Demon wanted to take his Greek city's army to actually connect with Earth's army. Okay, so that's what the Greek city generals like, to fight Earth's army head on, but Earth's a bit too canny, a little bit too experienced for that, so he's backed his infantry off from that confrontation, and now our Greek city ally will move back. But that's what the Greek city ally would like to have done there, is fight Earth's infantry head on. But meanwhile here we've got 17 cavalry units against our 12 over here. So actually we could do with our Greek city's ally coming over here and putting some of his anti-cavalry Spartan units there to help us to try and neutralize the enemy cavalry numbers. Okay, you can see the enemy Julii army moving in on Legion's army there, and you can see the enemy Julii are moving in on my troops here as well. There will be a lot of pilot exchanging that's already happened. And as I say, I think that a lot of the archer fire now has gone to ordinary arrows rather than fire arrows, because they know now that ordinary arrows do more damage than fire arrows. So that's what we're doing right now. Is this Julii cavalry going to hit my infantry here, or is he just moving forward and just decide not to? It doesn't look like they were going to charge in there. It looks like he just moved his cavalry forward, maybe with a view to do that. But as I say, I've got my cavalry locked and loaded in the long grass, ready for that. Okay, so as I say, it looks to me like they're getting their 17 cavalry units ready to attack over here on the left flank. Okay, very dangerous for us, but our Greek city ally Demon has seen that and has bought Spartans over there to try and neutralise any massive cavalry attack on my infantry. So that's a great bit of teamwork there by Demon. Saw the danger, bought Spartan units over there to help defend against cavalry. And as I say, I've got my cavalry hidden, locked and loaded, ready to charge in and pull the trigger when I'm ready there on that flank. As you can see here, our Greek city's ally now is moving all his Spartans units over towards myself and Legion. Okay, and you can see also Earth is moving his SBQR units over to the main fray as well. Okay, so that's what's happening so far. So there's a general overview of the battle as it stands at the moment. Okay, so as you can see now, Legion's got some Spartan units integrated with my infantry, so that's going to make it incredibly difficult for the enemy to use their cavalry superiority now with those spearmen in place there. If those spearmen were in place, they could actually smash my army there with 17 cavalry units and an infantry hit as well. So having those Spartans there to neutralise a cavalry attack could prove pivotal to the battle. We'll just have to wait and see. You can see the enemy Julii general there really attacking my forward units now. Can you see that? He's going to move. He doesn't want to attack forward on because of those Greek city units, but if he brings his cavalry around the flank, he may look to smash into the flank of my infantry. Can you see they're bringing their cavalry around to the flank there? Okay, I've now broken cover and I'm moving my cavalry back from the long grass to link up with Legion's cavalry there. Okay, now you can see here Earth's moving his cavalry back over to the other flank. Now he may well be looking to smash into the flank of Legion's cavalry as we're watching kind of what's happening on the other flank with all the enemy Julii cavalry there. Okay, so Earth's very tactical player, as we all know, very good player. And as I say, he's bringing his cavalry over to this flank to give them options to attack where they want with their cavalry here, okay? But you can see all that enemy cavalry there, locked and loaded, ready to charge in. Plus the Julii infantry that are attacking the forward units of my battle formation. They've routed 2 of my units already, and they're starting to really push in on my infantry units there. Okay, if you notice here, I've moved my cavalry back a bit there, and you can see the enemy Julii cavalry charging in there. Now he's going to look at going to the flank of my engaged units there, look, and there he goes. Bang! Smashing there, but our Greek city ally saw that and has turned that Spartan unit to face that attack. Plus he's brought Spartan units over as well, but you can see more Julii cavalry going in, and bang! As that charges in as well into the forward units of my battle formation. That is one massive cavalry hit there by the RV cavalry there. Really well done, guys. Nice aggressive attack, but well done to Demon there. Has brought his Spartans over there to neutralise the cavalry advantage that the enemy team have got. So nice micromanagement there by Demon there, bringing his Spartans over there, as I say, to neutralise the cavalry advantage that the enemy have there. Okay, so there's a general overview of the battle at the moment. Legion hasn't been too much engaged yet by the enemy troops, but there's all those fresh Julii troops ready to move in. Right, you can see here, as I say, good micromanagement here by our Greek city's ally here is now facing the enemy SBQR troops as well. But you've got Earth's well upgraded cavalry there, that fully upgraded cavalry at our rear, plus he's got 4 more infantry there as well, which he may well attack the flank of Legion's units there. Okay, but as I say, a really good micromanagement here by our Greek city's ally, moving his Spartans all over the place there to support us against that massive cavalry hit there that was primed and ready to go in. So you can see there now, my guess is that the Julii generals will now back those cavalry off. They don't want any truck with those anti-cavalry Spartans. So that's a good move by them, pull their cavalry back. They did a lot of damage there to my forward units, I think, with that massive cavalry hit. Right, can you see a bulge in Legion's units there? Okay, these Julii units are attacking, but can you see that bulge there where no Greek city units there's one close by, but can you see the enemy cavalry spotted that and bang, straight in there? He could rout all those Scipio units there. That was a nice battlefield awareness moment there by the Julii general. Saw that bulge in Legion's battle formation there, smashed in with his cavalry, would have done a heck of a lot of damage. Okay, he might have only routed one of Legion's units there, but he would have caused massive damage there, lots of casualties. Here you can see Earth charging in from the other flank with his cavalry as well. And there, look, between them, between Legion and his Julii ally, look, they've routed 3 or 4 of Legion's units there. But once again, our Greek city ally has run over Spartan units there to try and neutralise that cavalry hit. But that, to make no mistake there, that would have cost Legion quite a few troops. Here you can see the enemy Julii army pushing their way in on my Scipii troops. Let's say Legion and my cavalry at the back of our armies there, ready to move in to neutralise any enemy cavalry attack. You can see the enemy archers here are shooting into us. Okay, now they've reverted back to fire arrows. I think they were shooting normal arrows into us at one time, but now they're shooting fire arrows into us. There, okay. But I'd just like to show you something here. I'm just going to pause the game for a second. Okay, now can you see their own infantry are panicked by fire arrows? Can you see? Now the fire arrows here, they're shooting over their own engaged infantry's head. Now often arrows drop short, and those fire arrows are dropped into the rear of their own troops that panicked by fire attack. Okay, so he's lowering the morale of his own troops with his own arrows there. Okay, so remember, when you use fire arrows or any arrows, really try not to fire over the top of your engaged infantry, because most arrows do drop a bit short, and then you do damage to your own infantry there. Okay, newer players to Rome Total War, just thought I'd show you that. But as you can see over here, you can see a lot of Legion's units have been routed here by concerted enemy cavalry and infantry attack. So things not looking that good on maybe our right flank there. As I say, Legion suffered a lot of casualties there. As I say, that was a great battlefield awareness cavalry charge by that Julii general there into that bulge in Legion's line there, where his infantry were kind of stuck out. And that cavalry really smashed into that, so that was a nice move there by the enemy cavalry there. Okay, so you can see our Greek city allies fighting Earth's infantry there. But meanwhile, over on our left flank here, you can see that Legion ran forward with his cavalry and are now being chased by that enemy Julii cavalry. Now remember, that Julii cavalry is quite well upgraded. So as you can see now, I'm charging my cavalry in to support Legion's cavalry. And there goes my cavalry, and bang, as it smashes in there. So don't forget now, I'm up against 2 lots of cavalry. I'm up against, as I say, 2 lots of Julii cavalry here with my cavalry. And if we look in close, can you see that I've alt-attacked? Can you see I'm using my swords? So I've alt-attacked, I'm not using the light lance anymore. There you go, can you see I've alt-attacked there with swords? Heavy swords there, because they do more damage than the light lance. And my guess is that the enemy have alt-attacked as well. Yep, there you go. You can see they're using their heavy swords as well. Remember, the heavy swords do more damage than those light lances. So when you do cavalry versus cavalry, alt-attack, and you do more damage with those heavy swords, okay? Now, over here you can see Legion's putting all his cavalry onto trying to take Legion's general out here. Okay? When he's finished off Legion's general, I'm hoping he's going to send that cavalry across to help me, as I'm fighting quite a few enemy cavalry units at the moment. You can see our Greek city ally may well throw in a couple of Spartan units there with their spears up, so he just uses sword possibly. But as you can see here, there's a lot of enemy infantry still fresh, stood at the back of the battle ready to throw in. You've had Earth's cavalry been charging in there on the right flank against Legion's infantry, and at the rear here you can see that Earth's SBQR infantry are now fighting our Greek city's ally there at the rear of our battle line there. So there's a general overview of the battle as it stands at the moment. I'm up against so many cavalry here, and well upgraded cavalry as well. It wouldn't surprise me if my cavalry broke there. Okay, you can see the enemy have sent some more Julii cavalry over there to help their SBQR general cavalry unit out there. But as you can see here, this is a real tussle. Okay, that's good news for us. We've just taken out the SBQR general, so that's good news for us. Okay, can you see Earth's cavalry charging in there? He's just going in between the 2 Greek city units to smash into our Scipii allies infantry, and bang, as that cavalry smashes in. Remember, that's fully upgraded SBQR cavalry there. 9 upgrades on that cavalry as he smashes in. Look at the damage that cavalry's done. just taken out, and that I think that other Scipio unit's probably going to rout as well. So he's taken out a big chunk of Legion's army there. That was a nice hit there by Earth's cavalry, that fully upgraded SBQ cavalry. Meanwhile, at the back here, you can see our Greek city ally fighting Earth's SBQ infantry there. So to say, there's a general overview of the battle at the moment. You can see Legion's got all his archers there, but they've run out of arrows and they're ready to be alt-attacked if necessary. See, they've got their small daggers out there, their small little swords. But meanwhile over here, this could be the make or break of the battle. If we lose the cavalry battle out here, then of course the enemy cavalry can get in behind us. So this could be a decisive and pivotal part of the battle that you're watching here. As I say, if we lose the cavalry battle here, the enemy could well get in behind us. Okay, can you see some of my cavalry units starting to rout now? Don't forget, I'm up against really well upgraded cavalry there. Right, all my cavalry has now been routed. Okay, all my cavalry has now been routed, and the enemy cavalry are free now. Okay, we've got one of our Greek city allies there, but he could be outrun there by the enemy cavalry. They could move their cavalry in behind us now. Okay, and smash into the rear of my engaged infantry. Take my general out maybe, and maybe rout my entire army. If that cavalry goes around there, that's exactly what could happen. Or he may well send his cavalry over here to support his teammate against Legion's cavalry. Which choice do you think you would make at this stage of the battle? Okay, so he's decided he's going to come over to help his teammate here. Now this could be a good tactical decision as well, because if they can take out Legion's cavalry as well as they've taken out mine, then of course their cavalry would have free range all the way around the battlefield there. So that might have been the better option, what they've done there. If they can just take out Legion's cavalry now. Okay, you can see Earth bringing his fully upgraded SBQR cavalry into the fray as well. But as I say, Legion's under a lot of pressure, but once again, our Greek cities micromanagement ally there has done so well, bringing Spartans over there to kind of strengthen our battle line there. Okay, you can see Earth's cavalry just got over there, maybe a little bit too late, because we've managed to rout the majority of enemy cavalry there, and I've got a few very battle damaged rallied cavalry myself now. But so I think basically it's just Earth's cavalry left of the enemy cavalry now, from what I can see, and he will definitely move in behind us here with a view, I'd have thought, to smash into the rear of our engaged group. Right, let's just pause again for a second. Okay, so there's an enemy force of Julii infantry and that fully upgraded SBQR cavalry now. Now he could well smash into the rear of our engaged troops here, and could even cause a mass rout. Okay, so things not looking very good there. You can still see enemy Julii infantry that haven't been thrown into the fray yet. But at the rear here, you can see that our Greek city ally seems to be prevailing against the enemy SBQR infantry there. Okay, so things looking good at the rear of our position there, in regard of our Greek city's ally against SBQR ally there. Right, you can see here a lot of enemy Julii troops here are still engaging my Scipio troops, and as I say, in the rear here you can see that Earth's cavalry are now fighting our Scipio cavalry. Remember, Earth's cavalry was very battle damaged because he's been all over the battlefield here. You can see Julii cavalry and Julii infantry charging in as well. I've charged my rallied cavalry in there as well, plus you can see Legion charging his general in as well there. So there's a lot going on here. Let's say the SBQR general's probably doing the wise thing in taking his cavalry away from the fray, but he may well lock and load and charge back in there. As you can see, this is a concerted Julii army attack on my units. You can see Legion bringing infantry over here from his flank. Don't forget, those archers have been shooting into us all battle there. Let's say there's a general overview of the battle as it stands at the moment. Right, can you see the SBQR cavalry charging back in there? And bang! As it charges back in there, as he's got Julii units in there fighting as well. But Legion's got one of his cavalry units in there, and it looks like we've routed all the SBQR cavalry. Okay, so we've done well there. But as you can see here, the Julii infantry are really pushing in on my infantry, but my Greek city's ally there is with his spears, and you can see a lot of my units here are still fighting those Julii units. But as I say, the micromanagement of Demon here with his Spartans has been excellent all the way through the battle. He's supported in all separate directions. There, he's been all over the battlefield with those Spartans, strengthening our line against those massive cavalry attacks there. This is a nice hit by Legion's cavalry, and bang, straight into the rear of those engaged enemy Julii troops. That was a nice hit there by his cavalry, and we've managed to rout the Julii general there. So we haven't done too badly there, and you can see that the enemy here are throwing in all their infantry in a massive attack. As I say, we've just killed the Julii general, and we're now moving all our forces in to attack these Julii infantry here.
The gods be praised! The enemy's hearts are full of fear, and now they flee.
And there's a final hit there by Legion's cavalry, which I think would finish off. Yeah, just managed to finish off the Julii, most of the Julii infantry there. But just to say, Demon was really good, very good micromanagement with his spear units there. Really helped neutralise the massive cavalry advantage that the enemy team had. So that was a nice use of Greek cities there. Let's say I've got very battle depleted troops left, and if you look at Legion's army, look, that's all the units he's got left. I think one more just over to the right, that one there, and that's all of Legion's army. And I think he got a couple of very battle damaged cavalry units left, and that's all of his army there. And I think there's just one Julii unit left there. Okay, so just want to show you three parts of the battlefield here. Here, do you remember that was that massive cavalry battle there that I kind of lost? All my cavalry was routed there, and then that particular cavalry battle there as well. So that's two cavalry battle places, and then finally towards a little bit towards the end of the battle there, if the enemy cavalry had won that, they'd have been able to smash straight into the rear of our engaged infantry. And this is another cavalry battle here. There was some infantry involved in there as well, but that's another pivotal part of the battlefield. Once again, if the enemy had won on any of those places there, they would have smashed their cavalry into the rear of our infantry, and we would have probably lost that battle. So we were just lucky enough to win those cavalry battles there, and stop that from happening. So as I say, our team is looks like it's managed to to go on to win the battle there. Okay, first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game. Now, I'd have thought that would have been a close victory myself. I'm very surprised that it was an average victory. I thought it was a close victory there. And I'd just like to say, once again, really well played to everybody in the game there. Okay, just like to draw your attention to the highest kills in the game for Demon, 1,740. Very high kills for a 3v3 battle. But if you notice his micromanagement, he seemed to have Spartan units all over the battlefield, just in the right place at the right time. Those Spartans seemed to turn up there. So really well done to him. I think the way he used those Spartans may have proved pivotal. Okay, if you notice here, I got the lowest kills, but if you notice for most of the battle I was just defensive. Remember, RTW rewards attacking players with good kills. If you're defensive, you don't usually get that many kills. Nice kills for Legion, and nice kills for the RV team as well. I'd just like to say, really well played to all the RV players there. I say, really well played, guys. I thought you put a great battle up there. Really well played to RV Earth, the leader of the RV clan. Really well played to RV Pride, and really well played to RV Heartless. Really well played, guys. That was a great battle, and it could have gone either way. If those cavalry battles had gone a different way, then we would have lost. But as I say, I thought it was a close victory myself, not an average one. So once again, really well played RV clan, and it was nice to have a clan v clan battle. And win or lose, I was going to show this battle anyway. Nice, really well done to Brotherhood member Legion 22, and as I say, really well played to Brotherhood Demon. I hope you enjoyed this Thursday bonus battle, and I hope it helps you to pass the day if you're on lockdown. Spartan Commander saying bye for now.